what is he trying to learn again? Like, oh yeah, he's trying to be straight. Like,
a lot of scenes and jokes in this movie are very meandering. They don't get to the point. You have uncomfortable, awkward moments, just pure silence in some instances, just waiting for the punchline to happen.
As if it's funny, I think that the funnier parts were the verbal jokes. I was too grossed out. I felt unclean through most of the physical comedy, which it should have been NC-17. Honestly, the way he talked them into giving it an R, outstanding. There's a lot of black boxes used to censor things, and their choice of what to censor, I guess it related to, is this a joke topic or is this a sexual topic? Let's censor the ones that are definitely sexual and leave the ones that are still sexual but had the comedy value in them. So it's got the most male nudity of any film I've seen. It's
full frontal.
It's definitely got some female nudity. It's just very gross. And a little violent too, maybe. So it hits everything that would have get you in NC-17. I'm kind of amazed that it doesn't.
It's pretty shocking, the language that they get away with, the amount of nudity that they get away with. You're right. They slid it under the radar for sure.
Overall, I don't know. Our crowd really laughed a lot.
They did.
And our crowd was mostly composed of like 18-year-old men and some girls.
We were probably some of the oldest people
in
the theater.
Probably about it. There's no doubt about it. We were the oldest guys there, and I wasn't laughing that much, but I did find some things funny.
Right. I think the laugh factor was also quite noticeably different from Borat. They had to work harder, I think, at this movie to get the laughs.
I felt that they were trying harder.
Yeah.
Like that they were trying so hard to force reactions from people, and I could see the reactions coming.
Right.
Because if you've seen Borat, you know how his routine goes. You know what he's going to do.
Right.
So, and that's another thing. People were laughing at all the stuff in the trailers and the TV spots. I've seen that stuff many, many times.
Right.
And in some ways, I prefer to not see the trailer, to go in with a clear conscience and not know anything about the movie, so I know what the funny parts are. It's quite possible that half the funniest parts were in the TV spots in the trailer, and the grosser stuff wasn't. So that's kind of the way I felt about it. I think that I would give this 2.5 stars, and it's not as good as Borat, not just because it's copying a lot of the Borat formula, but it's also, it seems very short, less epic. It has the same kind of message or lack thereof. The production values were a little better, but overall, it was not as funny as you would believe it to be, and just a little incomplete, if you ask me.
If you haven't seen Borat, I think this movie would shock you, because you would be unprepared for the type of things in here. If you have seen Borat and you're used to his style of humor, then I think this movie will fall a little bit flat. It doesn't really achieve some of the same shock factor as Borat does. I think Vaughn is correct in they really had to go for the gold in terms of gross factor and able to elicit some of the same reactions that they got from Borat, because I don't think that the originality of the material and the jokes is quite up there. So like we were saying before, they really had to stretch further. So it's funny, it's pretty intense, it's a little different, but it's I would also agree with 2.5 stars. Right on the money.
Okay,
yeah.
So for my 2.5 stars, I'm kind of saying, you know what? There's going to be a whole lot of other material in the video for home. Are you going to want to see that stuff? If you think that what we've said right now is describing a movie you want to see, make that decision. Okay? Now, Nick, it's been good having you with me.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
All right, so this has been Vaughn on Movies, and I'll see you guys next time.
Take care.